Good morning, dear students. In this video lecture, I will be discussing section formula. This is the second part of the distance formula. So, according to your syllabus, this part is more important as compared to distance formula. But I have taught you distance formula so that with the help of distance formula only, we are going to study the section formula. Without the help of distance formula, it is not possible to calculate the numerical problems, to solve the numerical problems related to this. So in this section formula, what is actually being said, that when a line is there, suppose a line AB is there and another point is lying on this point, on this line, suppose P, and this line has a coordinate x1 y1, there we have x2 y2. Now what is the coordinate of this point P? What is the coordinate of point P? One thing they will ask, or they will ask what is the relation between AP and PB, means in which ratio this point P divides the line AB, in which ratio this point P divides the line AB. That means AP upon PB is equal to M upon N. This is the ratio, M is to N, this much part. Suppose the whole length of the line was suppose 10 units. Now this M is equal to 7 units and this is equal to 3 units. That means from here to here we are having 7 units, from here to here we are having 3 units of length. So that is the purpose of the value P here. That is why we call it as section formula. That means we have divided the line into various small segments, that is section. Okay, now the another type may come like how many parts they may have asked you that the line is divided into 3 segments. Now 3 segments, then here P and Q I will be having here AB. Then what is the ratio of AP? What is the ratio of PB? What is the ratio of QB? Okay, AP, PQ and QB. What is the point of P? What is the point of Q? So that the way which will decide in which ratio this particular line is divided. So the basic thing that we have to study here is the important part that we have to either find the coordinate of point P, or we have to calculate the ratio in which this point P divides the line AB. Now we have to prove this, though it is not a part of your syllabus, but we should know how this formula has come up. So for this I will be erasing the board. Afterwards I will be calculating and showing you the proving of this particular part. So as you can see, I have drawn the figure in which AB is a line segment with various coordinates. Now another point P is lying on this line, and then it is dividing the line into x is to y ratio. So how do we calculate? How to calculate the point P? How to calculate point P, that we will see. Suppose it is x comma y. Then first of all, as usual in case of distance formula, what we have done, we have drawn the perpendiculars, and for this also we will draw the perpendicular on x-axis. For this also we will draw the perpendicular on y-axis. So this much distance will be equal to x. This much from here to here it is x. From here up to here it is x2 because of this x2. Now the distance between this and this will be x2 minus of x1, correct, as we have seen in distance formula. Now this will be equal to y2 minus of y1. Now this similarity chapter actually we have not studied. It will be coming in geometry part. So but from the similarity, from geometry, that much you understand right now, that this angle in triangle, suppose it is L. Okay, here we are having Q. So all of us know that AQ will be equal to A to Q, length is equal to x2 minus x1. Then BQ or QB is equal to y2 minus of y1. Already we have discussed in the previous lecture when I was teaching you the distance formula. Now these two ratios are given. Third ratio, if you want to find out, like this one and this one, AL will be equal to x minus x1, x minus x1, AL, then we have AL, then we have PL. PL will be equal to here we are having y minus y1. These are all 4 points you can find, because here we are having x comma y1, m into n ratios we are having. All the things I am substituting. Now we have to see how the formula is going to come like this in the same way. Unless we take some certain assumptions, we cannot get the formulas, right? So here by geometry, what is there that in a triangle, when we are having two triangles enclosed in another triangle, suppose I have A, B, C, D, E, then obviously this triangle, the smaller triangle, that is ABC, triangle ABC, is similar to triangle ADE, right? By angle criteria. Now what is the meaning of this? These two triangles are similar. In class 9 we have seen about the congruency, in which congruency means the two triangles or two figures are said to be congruent if they have same shape as well as size. But in case of similarity, if the shape is the same, then the figure is said to be similar. Size does not matter. If it is very small and bigger, these two figures can be said to be similar. They look like I will take out ABC like this, and bigger ADC. They are both what? Similar only. 90 degree. This angle will be equal to this angle, because since this line will be running parallel, because of this 90 degree, this line will be running parallel. Second most thing, that this angle will be common in both the triangles, because point A is common. Understood? So this similarity chapter we will be studying in the geometry part. So right now, as of now, you take how I am going to solve this. So angle opposite to this will be this side, angle opposite to this side will be whole side, right? Complete. If I say what is the opposite angle to 90, that means A to E. And what is the 90 degree opposite here? It will be A to C. Same way, angle opposite to this will be equal to BC. Angle opposite to this in this case will be equal to DE, right? Angle opposite to this will be equal to AB. Angle opposite to this will be equal to this. So by geometry we will be writing that triangle ALP upon triangle AQB. That means a smaller triangle upon bigger triangle is equal to their sides. ALP. If I have taken this triangle, this angle, then opposite to this we are having PL. Right. So I will be writing PL upon BQ. Then I will be writing this. Okay. The opposite to this we are having AP. AP upon AB. Then I will be taking AP upon AB, okay. Opposite to this I will be taking AL upon AQ. Now if you see AP and AP upon AB, can you write? Okay, let it be. PL is what? Y minus of Y1. We will substitute the value. Y minus Y1 upon BQ. Where is my BQ? QB. That is Y2 minus Y1. AP. In place of AP, can I write? AP will be as it is AP. In place of AB, I can write it as AP plus PB. Correct? AP plus PB. Now AL is X minus of X1 upon AQ, X2 minus of X1. So all these things I have substituted from here, and this part I have taken from the similarity part which I have taught you, which I have just tried to explain you here. Need not worry about this. You have to only consider side opposite to that particular angle in that particular triangle, corresponding triangles only we are taking the values. Now once you will read once or twice, you try to see this, you will read and try to understand, you will definitely understand the property of similarity. Now from here, can I write y minus of y1 upon y2 minus of y1 is equal to, one thing I can write is AP upon AP plus of PB. One is here. Second, I can separate it as x minus x1 upon x2 minus of x1 is equal to AP upon AP plus PB, because these two are equal to each other. So I can separate. These two are also equal to each other. I can also separate. So I have separated, like in case of quadratic equations, we were having two solutions, right? So in that same way, not exactly same way, just I have tried to separate these two things. After this, what we will be doing here, first part, I will be taking this part. This part will be like y minus of y1 upon y2 minus of y1 is equal to, what is the ratio of AP? AP is m, right? M upon m plus n. PB is equal to n. PB, I have taken the ratio as n, so I have substituted the value. Now I can do one more thing. What I can do here is, either I can do cross multiplication. So let's do the cross multiplication, but it will become lengthy. So instead of that, what I can do, I will just try to reciprocate. So reciprocal of the above equation will give me like y2 minus of y1 by y minus of y1 is equal to m plus n by m. Now in the same way, I will be writing y2 minus of y1 by y minus of y1 is equal to 1 plus n by m. I can write, I can separate this, yes or no? So this part is different. So finally I will be having y2 minus of y1 upon y minus of y1 minus 1 is equal to n upon m. Take the LCM, you will get y2 minus y1 minus of y minus plus y1 whole divided by y minus y1 is equal to n by m. So from here you will be having plus y1 minus y1 will be get cancelled. After this, let me clean the board. So you can see from here to here I have reached. So there I will be seeing y2 minus y2 minus of y upon y minus y minus of y1 is equal to n by m. After this, what you can do, we can do the cross multiplication. So it will be like m into y2 minus of y1 is equal to n into y minus of y1. Now m y2 minus of m y1, my not y1, is equal to ny minus of n by 1. Now this and these are of same terms, so I can do one more thing. I can write it as like, I can write ny plus of my. That means this I have sent that side, and this will be equal to my2 plus ny1. Correct? This thing will come this side, then this will come minus, then opposite side it will change. So n by 1, yeah. Now here y is common, I will get n plus m is equal to my2 plus of n by 1. So y will be equal to my2 plus of n by 1 upon m plus n or n plus n. So by this formula you will get the coordinate of x. I have assumed x comma y, okay, but what is y actually? Y value, numerical value will come out to be m into y2 plus n into y1 upon m plus n. Similarly for x also you will get m into x2 plus n into x1 by m plus n. If you will solve this one, you will get this value. So proving is not required here. We are not supposed to study the proving, but I have taught you to see how the formula is derived. Now the points to remember here is, whenever a line is divided into m is to n, and here I'm having like x1 y1, here x2 y2, then this point P will be equal to m multiplied with y2 and multiplied with y1 to get the value. To get the value, I have to interchange like this. M will be multiplied this side plus n will be multiplied this side. For x value, again m will be multiplied with x, n will be multiplied with y. See here, m is multiplied with x to the other side. M is here, but it is multiplied that side. N is here, it is multiplied this side, and then we are adding. So this is the main funda here that we should know, because some of the students, they will make mistake. They will multiply m with x1 and n with y1 like this, like m will be multiplied here, and this will be incorrect. You have to see here like this, cross multiplication. This will be correct, this will be incorrect. So in this way we have the formula of section formula. We have section formula to calculate the point given in the line. Now with this I will be discussing the next point of midpoint. So suppose a line is there, AB, and it is divided in a ratio 1:1. That means point P is midpoint, so definitely it will be in a ratio 1:1. If any point is midpoint, that means the two parts are equally divided. Either it will be 2:2, that means 1:1 only. So 1:1. So to find the point P, x comma y, will be, the formula will be like, here I am having x1 y1, here I am having x2 y2, then 1 into x2, 1 into x1. So the entire formula will be like x1 plus of x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. Here I have not multiplied with m. Actually m is 1, n is also equal to 1. So 1 multiplied with x2 plus 1 multiplied with x1 will give me this, and 1 plus 1 divided by 2. 1 multiplied with y2, 1 multiplied with y1 upon 2. I have arranged in y1 y2 order. So when we have a midpoint, then the points are calculated by the sum of the n points and divided by 2. Now if I have if in the question they gives you that the point is bisected, the bisection of the line segment, bisection means these two parts are equal. Bisect means divide into two equal parts. Again indirectly they are saying that this point P is dividing the line segment into 1:1 ratio. So again you will apply this same formula. Now in another question, in some question you will see the point, the line segment has been trisected. Trisected means three equal parts. Suppose here P, here Q, here B, here A. The line AB is trisected. That means this part is equal to this, part is equal to this. Now, if they ask you to find the coordinate of P, that means I have to see the line here. Here P, here A, here B. So what is the ratio? 1:2 it has come, because one part and this was one part, this was one part, together they will form two parts. So my formula that you have to apply is 1:2 ratio. Now when you have to find the Q, then again you see here I am having B, here I am having A, Q is here. That means this ratio will be 2:1. So here m will be equal to 2, n will be equal to 1. So you will be using this formula, means ratios will keep on changing. You cannot directly apply 1:1 for entire part. When you have to find Q, you have to use 1:2. When you have to find Q, you have to apply 2:1. In the same way, if the line is divided into four equal parts, PQL, here B, here A, then if you have to find this all are equal, that means 1, 1, 1, 1. If you have to find out Px comma y, that means the ratio that you are going to use is 1 is here, 1:1, 2, 3, 1:3. So the line will become like 1:3. Now this point Q, 1:2 was 2, 1, 1, 2. That means for Q you are going to use 1:1 ratio. 2:2 means what? 2 upon 2 is equal to 1:1. So you will be using x1 plus y, x1 plus x2 by 2 y1 plus y2 by 2. Similarly, for L you will be using 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3:1 ratio. So this is the meaning. This I have discussed here because it is already given. These types of questions are given in your exercise. That is why I told you that you have to use such things. 1:2, 2:1. You have to see in which ratio that particular point is dividing the line segment. Now another part of the geometry we are having is one triangle will be given. Suppose one triangle is there, named ABC. One median is there. This is the median. So what is the work of a median? A median divides the line segment into two equal halves. That means 1:1 ratio. And what is a centroid? A point which divides the median into 2:1 ratio from vertex to base. Always it divides from vertex to the base side. We have 2:1 ratio. Another median if I have, again it will be 2:1. If I have another median, then again it will be 2:1. So this point, the meeting point of all the median, coinciding point of all the median is said to be centroid. And it is generally denoted by capital G. Centroid is denoted by capital G. Now, so if you have all the coordinates, like here you are having x1, y1. Here you are having x2, y2. Here you are having x3, y3. Then gx comma y will be equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 whole divided by 3, comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 whole divided by 3. So this point G will be calculated with the help of sum of all the coordinates divided by 3, sum of all the coordinates of y divided by 3. Now, how to find out the point this or any one of the point, if any one, this point is given or this point is given. So the formula, the process that you have to apply is, you see here, when one triangle is given, this is the formula that you should know, you should by heart, and how this formula has come, that I am going to explain right now here. As we know, this point is divided. Suppose this is L, this is G. Now AL, this L coordinate will be equal to x comma y will be of Lx comma y will be equal to x1 plus x2 by 2, and it will be y1 plus y2 by 2. Yes or no? Because L is the middle point, so this point I have got. Now once I get the middle point and this ratio I know, so with the help of this point, means this particular point, this point and ratios, can I not find out the value of G? If you will calculate the value of G, definitely you will get this value. Now how to see? You can calculate at your home. You try to solve. This much I have told you, that first you find out the L value, then you will find the middle value. After that, these two ends, this line is exactly looking like this side. Here 2 is to 1 G. Here I am having L, here I am having A. No, here I am having L, no? Here I am having A, here I am having L. Correct? Like this. Now this point already I know, this point already I know. Can't I apply this formula? Can't I apply this formula? I will apply this formula, so I will get the values. Not this one, sorry. The previous one that I have discussed, m into n ratios. So in this